very important because throughout the years, black artists have been taken advantage of. The history books are not true. It's a lie.
That's right, Michael.
The history books are lying. You need to know that. Put it into your subconscious mind.
He started riffing about the chemtrails. And
the niggas is telling me about this Illuminati shit while I'm in jail, right? Like, dollars. Right.
The industry, who ain't got a strong mind. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry.
Illuminati, fuck suck my dick, nigga. You know what I'm saying? See,
you know what I'm saying? Bottom line.
The government brainwash our people with the mind control theory.
And that's just how it is. I can't explain nothing but tell you the government is out to assassinate me.
Not crazy at all, okay? Everybody always saying that Dirty is crazy. Dirty is not crazy at all.
Why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction. Yeah. Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen.
I just want to talk about mind control. You know, when people try to influence you through social media and try to tell you what to do, or if you post something that's like positive on Instagram and it gets taken down, you know, that's mind control, and that's the poison that's happening.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. It's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison.
You shut the fuck up about Michael. Right. I'm Michael now. Right. Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael.
Very important because throughout the years, black artists have been taken advantage of completely. And it's time now that we have to put a stop to this incredible injustice. And like Mr. Sharpton was saying, people from James Brown to Sammy Davis Jr., some of the real pioneers that inspired me to be the entertainer that I am. These artists are always on tour because if they stop touring, they've totally broken. And the record companies really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very devilish.
I really don't like to talk that much. I really don't. I prefer to perform than talk. But
Yeah!
you know, let me just say this. The tradition of great performers from, and I really want you to hear what I have to say. The tradition of great performers from Sammy Davis Jr. to James Brown to Jackie Wilson to Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, The story is usually the same though, you know, these guys work really hard at their craft, but the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad, and the story is very sad in the end, because the companies take advantage of them. They really do. Sony being the artist that I am at Sony, I've generated several $1 billion for Sony, several billion, and they really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them. So we can't let them get away with what they're trying to do, because now I'm a free agent. I just owe Sony one more album. It's just a box set, really. It's with 2 new songs, which I've written ages ago. So I'm leaving Sony a free agent, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it. But I just did good business, you know.
Say it, Michael. Tell the story.
So the way they get revenge is to try and destroy my album. But I've always said, you know, good art never dies. And Tommy Mottola is a devil. I'm not supposed to say what I'm gonna say right now, but I have to let you in. Please don't videotape what I'm going to say, okay? You know what? I don't mind. Tape it.
Michael is getting gangsta today!
Mariah Carey, after divorcing Tommy, came to me crying. She was crying so badly I had to hold her. And she said to me that this is an evil man. And Michael, this man follows me, she said. He taps her phones. And he's very, very evil, but she doesn't trust him. And he is a horrible human being. And we have to continue our drive until he's terminated.
Oh! There you go!
We can't allow him to do this to great artistry. We just can't. I promise you, the best is yet to come.
He made and created so much joy for the world. And the system, meaning the record companies, totally took advantage of it. But this is very important, what we're fighting for. Because I'm tired, I'm really, really tired of the manipulation. I'm tired of how the press is manipulating everything that's been happening in this situation. They do not tell the truth. They're liars. And they manipulate our history books. The history books are not true. It's a lie.
That's right, Michael.
The history books are lying. You need to know that. You must know that. The minute it became the all-time best-selling albums in history in the Guinness Book of World Records, overnight they called me a freak. They called me a homosexual. They called me a child molester. They said I tried to bleach my skin. They made everything to turn the public against me. This is all complete conspiracy. You have to know that. You know, it's time. I love you more. It's time for a change. And let's not leave this building and forget what has been said. Put it into your heart. Put it into your subconscious mind. And let's do something about it. We have to. We have to. Because it's been a long, long time coming.
And a change has got to come. So let's hold our torches high and get the respect that we deserve. I love you. I love you. Please don't put this in your heart today and forget it tomorrow. Because we would have not accomplished our purpose. We will have not accomplished our purpose if that happens. This has got to stop. That's why I'm here with the best to make sure it stops.
Since we mentioned Dreamer first, tell me about Dreamer.
Oh, well, when I saw the State of the Black Union, Dick Gregory really moved me and a lot of my friends. I show it to everybody that comes over the house, especially white folks, because they need to hear that, you know, so that they know more about all of us. Because what he said affects all of us. He said something that really hit home about this phenomena of chemtrails. And, you know, when I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time. And so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why. Okay, and you really didn't know why. I mean, everybody was fighting. So he started riffing about the chemtrails, and he started to say things that hit home so hard. And I would recommend that everybody try to get what he said online or wherever, and try to get a copy of it and just listen to it. Because I was so moved that I had to write the song. The other thing is the first...
I plotted every single step from this to this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything was plotted.
It's ill that the next shit is called Illuminati, because that's really what the Illuminati's on.
That's why I put the K to it. Because I wanted, the niggas is telling me about this Illuminati shit while I'm in jail, right? Like, the dollars.
Right.
That's another way to keep your self-esteem low. That's another way to keep you unconfident.
Right.
And I'm putting the K because I'm killing that Illuminati shit. Trust me, if these motherfuckers wanted to kill you, why the fuck they gonna tell Farrakhan? Why they gonna tell the Nation of Islam? Why they gonna tell this nigga in jail about the plan? How did he know?
Right.
How did it leak to him? Who told him? Who told him? The Pope? Who? Because they like the Pope and the money. Oh, come on, man. You so thinking about the money, you not getting the motherfucking money. Get the money, nigga. I don't give a fuck who face on there. You know what I thought when I was in jail would fuck me up, would turn me like this, is I was like, no politicians is even getting at us. Even though I represent 5 million fucking sales. And no politicians even checking for it. They're not even sending us nothing to try to make us. They're not even thinking of it. And in business, you know, if you want to fuck with somebody, you know, you try to, they're not even looking at us like that. That means we ain't a threat.
Right.
But by the next election, I promise, by the next election, I promise, I'm going to be sitting across from all the candidates. I bet you. You know how I be making it? I promise you. I'm not even going to be, I'm going to be so far from where I am now in 4 years. God willing, I'm alive. It's on. I guarantee you, we will have our own political party. And it won't be just for black people. It's going to be for Mexicans. It's going to be for Mexicans. It's going to be for black people. It's going to be for Armenians. I don't give a fuck. All you lost tribe motherfuckers right now, we need to have our own political party because we all have the same motherfucking fight. We built this nation and we get none of the benefits.
Yeah. In the name of Jesus. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises against me in judgment thou shalt condemn. Lord, give me a sign. For this is the heritage of the service of the Lord. And that righteousness is of me, said the Lord. Amen. Lord, give me a sign. I really need to talk to you, Lord. Since the last time we talked, the walk has been hard. Now I know you haven't left me, but I feel like I'm alone. I'm a big boy now, but I'm still not grown. And I'm still going through it, pain and a hurt. Soaking up trouble like rain in the dirt. And I know only I can stop the rain with just a mention of my Savior's name. In the name of Jesus, devil, I rebuke you for what I go through and trying to make me do what I used to. But all that stops right here. As long as the Lord's in my life, I will have no fear. I will know no pain from the light to the dark. What I'm gonna speak on is the thing that's on my mind the most. You know what I'm saying? The thing that we all gotta deal with every day, but don't really know. The industry. The industry. Man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent. It's about playing the game. The industry. Real niggas is dying to get in. The industry. Just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat. The industry got your word meaning nothing. The industry, fuck what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate, but I dare you to try to take a fucking thing off my plate. The industry like, wait, but in the streets we like, get 'em. 17 up in that thing, catch them sleeping and hit them. The industry, if you ain't got a strong mind, the industry will break you down, it's a matter of time. The industry, vultures with nothing to feast on. See me, I'm getting my beast on. The industry, stay in the dirt, play in the dirt, test the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist, I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the fuck I want, cause nobody can finish me. The industry, wanted, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a fuck about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without you. The industry, I'm sick of this industry shit. The industry playing them like a industry bitch. They tried to finish me quick, but I am long, so I stand strong. Fuck a beat. Listen to the words in the damn song. I only know how to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I got a little short joint I'm gonna hit you with. You know what I'm saying? And it basically reflects on my relationship with the industry. This is what it is. Often my words fall on deaf ears. Motherfuckers be listening but don't hear. Talking to a nigga, he be sitting right here. I be like, where you going? Nigga be like, yeah. Thank you.
Cats love you like that. Your music influences them. They get through their lives listening to your music.
Exactly. So many people come to me and say, yo, you know, this one song got me through this rough time, or, you know, remember that family was, you know, listen to a certain song when he died, and every time they hear that song, it reminds them, it's like, yo, I touch people. All that, you know, pull your titties out, shake your ass, and drive a car with big rims, that's some ignorant yo.
Now, you got issues with the industry. What's going down with the industry, dog?
The industry is full of a bunch of dick-sucking, dick-riding, bending over the desk ass niggas, straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it, nigga. Bring it. I don't give a fuck. Bring it. Bring it. You're not gonna see me at every party, every industry party, all the clubs. I go somewhere quiet, man, shoot pool with me and my mans and them. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I do. You know what I'm saying? Fuck my remote control cars, jump on the four-wheelers. You know what I mean? I ain't with all that in the club shit, throwing it up and all that bullshit. I ain't got time for that shit, man. I mean, cause then you find yourself doing the same shit every fucking day. What are you, a fucking alcoholic? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Give it a fucking break, man. Live a little. You know what I mean? I play with my kids, man. I play with my toys. I play with my dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? We go somewhere, shoot pool. We do what the fuck we do.
Now the rest of the line to be here?
Vista de comparecencia inicial. Señoras y señores, esta es la vista de comparecencia inicial del condado de Maricopa. El propósito de esta vista es explicarles las acusaciones en su contra de...
Nobody knows. Just to walk in the door. It's crazy. Nobody knows how they got here. It's ridiculous, man. They were in the garage, around the corner.
All right.
Take your seats, please. Okay, sir, you've got 4 separate probation violation matters that are before the court this evening. The first is a probation for theft, which is a Class 3 felony. The second is probation for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and animal cruelty, which is a misdemeanor offense. The next is a probation violation matter in regard to an attempted aggravated assault charge, Class 6 felony. And the last is a probation matter involving possession of marijuana, which is also a Class 6 felony.
See the bad treatment going on. Only one in here. The only one got arrested today. Sucks do it every time, man. Every time, man. Every time they do it to me. They gotta be quiet about it. I get my rights violated, but I gotta be quiet about it. Let's go. Let's go. Now, let's go. It's a fucking bitch.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people who are watching this tonight?
Pray for me, because I pray for you. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you read. And only believe half of what you see. God bless you. follow me from the club. Then they illegally search my car, you know what I'm saying, and found a gun in my car.
Drop jelly beans, GMT, peyote. I know you feel me. Peace song is a natural trip to me. My rhymes are so vivid, you start to see things way different. America's fate. I was fast asleep, but now I'm wide awake. I was under the spell of King Guru and reserve notes. Religion and fashion, I used to be flashy till I had a total recall. Forgot what I already knew. It took me 33 years for me to see the truth. Never so clear, I was too young, I couldn't articulate myself the right way, son. But now, let me break it down, pass it all around. This is not a theory, the conspiracy is real. They wanna put me in a straight jacket in a padded room, tell the world it's 12 monkeys, so they could be confused. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito, in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito, in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. They say life is like chess, but fuck that, I'm tired playing games with you kids. Ain't no time for playing, check the rhymes I'm saying. I write it for the streets, for the hood. Inspiration, inspire a part of the map. Where's poverty? I started with a mob, but now I got an army of soldiers and troopers. The TV and the radio scared to death for us, so we hit the YouTube up. Now I got millions of views. Now watch how many rappers follow what P do. Now I'm too hoodie to conform to the program. I'm too much of a rebel for me to try to fit in. Nigga, it don't matter the color of your skin. Right now you either positive or you negative. I got friends in high places, multiple races, and coaches on my side. All you got is paper. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito, in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito, in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. It's a secret, government that worship an owl. They practice witchcraft to harness their power. Pedophiles rape little kids for energy. It's satanic ritual, WTC. R.I.P. They lit the Pentagon on fire. That's lighting the pentagram on fire. All these bodies for what? See? Yeah. This is my song to the Most High, who created all life on earth, like the birds that fly, the sweet air we breathe, all the plants and trees, the sun, and every planet in the galaxy. Yo, they feeding us bullshit with all these books. They terrified of my words, so they censor my rhymes. The evils, they got the whole world possessed under the spell of the mighty green dollar bill.
It's a war for control, you know what I mean, for your mind and your body. That's what I was talking about back in '96. You know what I mean, confirm for people like, yo, P is talking some sense here. You know what I mean? Like, look, you hear somebody else saying the same thing what P was talking about. You know what I mean? So it makes people just want to even research it even more. You know what I mean? To find out where you get that skit from. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, maybe P ain't bugging. You know what I mean? Maybe there is some kind of truth to what he's saying. Let me go find out. So, you know, hopefully that skit to make people interested in going and find out the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really going down, man. It's a war for your mind, body, and soul. You know what I mean? Like, It's not about money. They make the money, you know what I'm saying? So it's really about control, you know what I mean, over your soul, you know what I'm saying? Like how many people they can control as slaves, you know what I'm saying? And you know, they got us, man, with food, with fashion, with everything, entertainment, like everything, man. They really got our minds in a trap, man, you know what I mean? So a lot of people say, when you say entertainment, do you mean rap music too then? Nah, I don't mean rap music, because rap music is rebellious music from the hood. Our music started going against this machine. Like, we are the real rage against the machine, you know what I mean? It's rap music, it's hip-hop, you know what I mean? So hip-hop is not, it don't count when I say they got the world by the brain. Some hip-hop do count for that, you know what I mean? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. That's not the purest form.
scared of none of you niggas, man. I'm not scared of none of you niggas, man. I got an army too, nigga. Illuminati, fuck, suck my dick, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Secret government, all that faggot shit. Y'all niggas just suck Prodigy dick. Straight up and down. I'm not scared of none of that shit, nigga. So you on the front lines, nigga. I got the hood, I control the streets, nigga.
Like 9/11, just a lot of things that happen that these people try to sweep under the rug and they're not talking about. That's what we need to be talking about to these Kansas, to see their viewpoints on how they feel about the bombs going off at the World Trade Center. What about that? It was mad witnesses, the fire department, the police department said they heard bombs going on. You know what I'm saying? And you can see the explosions happening. Why nobody's talking about that? Why that's not an issue? Why we not talking about that? Why we not trying to get to the facts and the bottom of that? There's a lot of things we need to deal with. before we start picking who's gonna be the president. Like, fuck the president, what about this issue we got to deal with right here? You know what I mean? And then let's worry about, all right, who gonna be the president? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. There's a lot of shit that they sweeping under the rug that we not paying attention to, and everybody's like, I don't really trust none of these motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Obama's fucking Bush's second cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real shit. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's bloodline. So it's like, we just gotta learn more, research. We need to learn politics. We need to learn about these candidates. We need to learn everything that's going on. We need to learn these laws, these bills.
Money is worthless, real power is people. Real strength is in the street where everybody's equal. Fuck jury, fuck rims. Let's spend on our protection. Get armor, get cameras. Get with it, little nigga, this man shit. Real power is people. Real strength is in the street where everybody's equal.
I need help. I need help. And the government is after me. I need help. Someone help me, please. Understand it. Someone help me. My children. They already did Tupac and Biggie Smalls. Someone help me. Someone help me, please. I'm a groupie for life. About taking pills, killing me slowly. This is Dirty, man. What's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
Ain't nothing, brother. How you doing, baby?
I'm alright, man.
That's good. Yo, you go spread the word that the CIA, if I die, the CIA killed me, okay? I'm not playing, I'm serious. Alright? Everybody's scared of the government, you know what I'm saying? Because they killed Tupac and they killed Biggie Smalls. I don't care what y'all say.
Supporting the real. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line.
The government brainwash our people with the mind control theory. That's what they do. So they make sure our people like it. They keep playing that same song. The same song keep playing, you start to like it. You start to get probed with it. You start to get cloned with it. So then for the clone exists, then it just takes over. It takes over the human body. It takes over the spirit. It takes over the soul. And therefore, behold, that's what you got. That's what Dirty is here for. Dirty here just to keep it dirty. Dirty, 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 where we all come from. You know what I mean? When we say the fake hip-hop shit, we talking about the government.
Listen, I love the government, man. CIA, FBI, I love y'all niggas. Don't come knocking on my fucking door.
I love them too. They all my children.
And keep us safe. Okay, USA.
Got me up against the fence.
Better chance than we do.
And my people.
Because they're so threatened by us, man.
I'm not crazy at all. Okay? Everybody always saying that Dirty is crazy. Dirty is not crazy at all. Dirty just foresee a lot that a lot of people don't foresee. Everything that we're saying, y'all gonna film, y'all gonna put out, right?
No, we edit.
Oh, y'all gonna edit. So the good shit y'all gonna edit, the bad shit y'all gonna give to the government, right?
No, come on.
Huh?
Why should we?
So what y'all gonna do with y'all shit?
Why should we give it to the government?
So who y'all gonna give it to? What y'all gonna do with it?
I'm gonna send it in the show on the TV channel where I work.
So what's the sense of talking this long?
It's no problem. It's no problem. I want it this way. I like it. I like it that way.
No, see, because I wanna make sure that everything I say is gonna happen.
I think Bush got a personal beef with the old dirty bastard in this world. I think Bush is the most insanest motherfucker that ever motherfucking lived.
I like Bush. Bush is a straight gangster, son. As long as he back up the fuck up off of me, man, we'll be alright, man. You know what I'm saying? All George Bush need to do is get his dick sucked. He won't be after me no more. Straight. And like, we fans of George Bush, so we don't know why George. Yo, George, why you tripping, George? Why the fuck you tripping, George? George, we got love for you, nigga. George, we got love for you, nigga.
That's just how it is. I can't explain nothing but tell you the government is out to assassinate me and get it over with. That's it, period.
I just wanted to know if you've learned anything new in jail while you were in jail or any.
Learned niggas trying to kill a nigga, man. Period.
Yeah, how so?
Government, man. I don't know, G. They on my ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to shake these cats. You know what I'm saying? These are the big cats, John. I'm talking about these motherfuckers is President Bush and them niggas, right? You know what I'm saying? Niggas on my ass, G. For real, G. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no smiles, G. You know what I mean? You don't see me grinning or shit, G. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, G, I got to shake these niggas.
His trouble with the law didn't end. Later on that month, he was pulled over for a traffic violation and police found him wearing a bulletproof vest. He was charged with unlawful possession of body armor. The storm of charges kept coming. Traffic violations, child support, drug possession. Through it all, he remained an entertainer focused on his music. He was sentenced to 2 to 4 years on a variety of charges.
They did that to him for a reason. They wanted to shut him up.
My name is Old Dirty Bastard. You know what I'm saying?
And they put a chip in his body so they could monitor every move he made. And he knew it. They chipped him.
I wouldn't be surprised if his name wasn't on the list. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if my name ain't on the list. You know what I mean? With the whole Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? You know, we different. And sometimes in this country, when you're different and you speak different, you stand out for something different, you stand up for yourself, they put you on the list. Dirty was that kind of man. He wanted real freedom. He expressed real freedom. So I don't doubt that somebody was on his case. I don't doubt that somebody was ever trying to hurt him. I don't doubt that people was watching him.
You should say the police, the FBI is after him. They were trying to kill him. I believe it.
I'm not crazy at all, okay? Everybody always saying that Dirty is crazy. Dirty is not crazy at all. Dirty just foresee a lot that a lot of people don't foresee.
Jumped off the stage, landed on his knee, okay, what started the process of, you know, him needing to have something to relieve that pain.
He fell off the stage when in the concert, when he went to the studio, and he asked somebody for a painkiller. And that's what did it. They gave him the painkiller. And he never woke up. Never woke up. They laid him out.
Of the letter is the secret meeting that changed rap music and destroyed a generation.
Damn.
So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for.
Damn.
Hold on, let me
So we gonna tell the story.
We gonna tell the story. We ain't scared.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
They after us, not just playing.
Look, that black van.
So look. So he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like that, like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Right.
This may explain why in early 1991, I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction.
Yeah.
Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen.
Crazy.
So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there.
Right.
Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting to discuss the future of hip-hop.
Talk to him.
Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign the confidentiality agreement preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say, this intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long, but very clear on matters and consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination immediately. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but could not find anyone who had the answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them. I was tempted to follow, but curiosity got the best of me.
That's right.
A man who was part of the unfamiliar group collected all the agreements from us. So now it's going to get to the good part because the meeting about to start.
Talk to him, Jake.
It says, quickly after the meeting began, hold on one second.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
Popcorn, get your pistol. No,
for real though.
Quickly after this meeting began, one of the industry colleagues, who shall remain nameless like everybody else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by first name and gave no other details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but that was never confirmed. He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industries and congratulated us for being selected as part of this small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable and the strangeness of this gathering. The subject quickly changed as the speaker went on to tell us that the respective companies we represented had invested in a very profitable industry, which could become even more rewarding with our active involvement.
Damn.
He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates. The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons. It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague who had first opened the meeting took the floor again and answered our questions. He told us that since our employees had become silent investors in this prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remain filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior, rap being the music of choice. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies, and as employees, we'd also be able to buy stocks in these prisons. Immediately, silence came over the room. You could have heard a pin drop. I remember looking around to make sure I wasn't dreaming and saw half of the people with dropped jaws. My days was interrupted when someone shouted, "Is this a fucking joke?" At this point, things became chaotic.
Right.
Two of the men who were part of the unfamiliar group grabbed the man who shouted and attempted to remove him from the house. A few of us, myself included, tried to intervene. One of them pulled out a gun, and we all backed off. They separated us from the crowd, and all four of us was escorted outside. My industry colleague, who opened up the meeting earlier, hurried out to meet us and reminded us that we had signed an agreement and would suffer the consequences of speaking out about this publicly, or even those who attended the meeting.
Damn.
I asked him, why was he involved with something so corrupt? And he replied, it's bigger than the music business and nothing we can do. And no, it's bigger than the music business and nothing we want to challenge without risking consequences. We all protested as we walked back into the house. I remember word for word the last thing he said. It's out of my hands now. Just remember you signed an agreement. He then closed the door behind him. The men rushed us to our car and actually waited until we drove off the property.
Damn.
So
how was it in the music industry? That whole conversation about the gatekeeper drill, you know, the rituals, things people got to do, blood sacrifice thing. You know, I don't know if you got into all that, but can you kind of go there, being as though you were in the belly of the beast in the music industry?
I read about all of that, and I only can say my truth. And you would think that with the height of success that I had and the things I was able to do, the amount of records I sold, and actually the amount of, I don't want to say political power, but the amount of social power that I was able to achieve, you would think that I would be a prime candidate for so we could call it something, to be a member of the Illuminati or a member of the elite society or whatever. You would think that they would come at me, and I think they did it sideways though. Nobody never got at me directly and said, we want you to join us and we're doing this. That's never happened. But I will tell you, I've had motherfuckers come at me on some weirdo shit, like on some gay shit. I've had motherfuckers come at me on some, oh, you should do this type shit. And I was like, what? Man, why the fuck would I do that? Wow. That make no sense. I view that as being inhuman. I view that as, I would never do that. So, and then right when it was some things that I was trying to do that I felt were important, things that I felt would help other people, shit started happening to me. Went to jail for some bullshit. Got convicted. Well, not necessarily convicted, but because I didn't do no real time, but little shit started happening, you know? And I didn't even address the shit really, because who the fuck, when you're a celebrity, bro, when something happens, whether it's true or it's not true, once it's been said, for most people it's true. Because people don't do research to find out if something is true about a person or not. Whatever they hear, they deem it to be truth. So I didn't go hard on, oh, I didn't do that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. That never happened. I just let the shit die down, continued on my life. Also, I'm at a point right now in my life where there's a lot of shit I know that I want to tell people. It's a lot of things that I want to teach, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared because I got 4 grandchildren. And I got children that are in this world. I got people I care about. I got people that I care about that don't necessarily believe what I believe. Yeah. And I'm not. I have no fear of death. And I think that those that would oppose my beliefs, they've probably done enough. If somebody's after me, or if somebody's watching me, then they know enough about me to know that I have no fear of death. So killing me don't mean shit. It just confirms that what I said was true. But I do have a fear of them hurting my family. So I'm glad about I don't talk about everything I know because I don't want nobody in my family to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing to happen to my people. And I owe them anything. If I owe them anything, I owe that to them. I owe them their lives to be able to live their life and not be subjected to any type of harm because of something I did or said. It's already happened once. You know, my oldest son did some time in prison. And he shouldn't have. It was his first offense. And people was. I was going to court. And I seen people having cases that were way worse than his, and not even being their first offense, and them getting off. And they didn't have a better lawyer than he had. Some of them had fucking PDs, but they got off because. Whether they got off or not, it didn't matter to them. But by them doing what they did to my son, it made me kind of shut the fuck up. Stop talking about what I was talking about at that time because I felt like I was being, listen, I could be making this shit up in my head. It could be something. I realized that. I will never know whether it's true or not. But just to make sure that it didn't happen again, I backed off. And now let me say, when I backed off, shit stopped happening. So I'm more inclined to believe that maybe I was right. Like I said, I can't say if it's true or not. But like I said, those things stopped happening to me. That kind of shit stopped happening to me. I stopped getting them weird messages. I'm getting them weird emails. You know. I stopped having that feeling of being watched. You know what I mean? So I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, I often wonder why if people get on the internet and they say shit just for attention. Or they make up shit so that people will want to listen to what they have to say. And I bet you in at least 70, 85%, 70 to 80% of the times they're doing it to get some fucking attention. And then 10% of the time people are telling the truth. I've seen some crazy shit. I seen some crazy shit, bro. I seen some shit like, wow. I seen some shit that made me go, what the fuck? Is this really happening right now?
Is it fair to say, Coolio, that your celebrity is the reason why your voice is in danger? Is you speaking out?
Say it one more time.
You being the celebrity that you are, and you being having the platform that you do, and your word obviously getting to masses and speaking somewhat to power. Is that the threat that comes to you, and it's the threat that it is to them? Like, is your celebrity the reason why you feel as though you can't speak, and your family's life could potentially be in danger? Is that the reason? So in itself, is it a gift and a curse?
At one point in my career, people was fucking really listening to me, and they were really taking to heart what I had to say. People believed in me. And when I started doing music, I did music. I made music because I wanted to be heard as As a man, I wanted to be. I felt like that what I had to say was could help people. It might be important. Information, or I pay attention, help people, and I might be able to help people. When I went platinum on my first. Album. When I went platinum, that meant that I went double. Platinum matches. That meant that I sold 2 million records. 2 million records. Who knows? Now maybe who knows? Maybe one person bought 100 copies. But for all intents and purposes, then that means that 1 million people at least heard my voice and heard my point of view from a musical standpoint. I've always been of the belief that if you have the opportunity to reach that many people, then you have the obligation to give them something that they need. With music, people what they need. Because people hate. Most people don't like what they need. People like what they want. So I tried to mix it up. I tried to mix it up. I tried to give people some of what they wanted, some of what they needed. I tried to create this balance. So that's why I came out with the records the way I came out with them. I do some fun shit, try to do some heavy shit, do some fun shit, do some heavy shit. That was my belief. That was my belief. I felt that that was my obligation to the listeners, to my core fan base. I had the obligation to say something that they could use in their life on a daily basis to help them. Not just do some shit that was fun, or do some shit that was fun, or do some shit that was funny, or do some shit that was gangster. I had to do some real shit. I had to do some real shit too. And a lot of people don't give a fuck. All they do is give people what they want. And if you look at music now, if you look at the world in general, from what I see, the balance is fucked up. If there's a such thing as evil, and there's a such thing as good, with this hand being good, and this hand being evil, then fucking evil's up here and goods. But no, goods up here and evil's outweighing it like a mother. Evil is fucking winning right now. I don't know what y'all see. From what I see, evil is fucking winning right now. And music is part of that. Music fucking influences people. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. A lot of people try to say, it's not my responsibility to teach your children, or it's not what I say don't matter, you know what I'm saying? I say what the fuck I want to say, and blah, 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 blah. That's some bullshit. What you say if you're especially if you're as popular as a Eminem or a 50 Cent or a Kendrick Lamar or a Coolio, Ice Cube, if you're that fucking popular, then what you say has some bearing and some merit. And these children and people's children and grandchildren listening to what you have to say. And from my point of view, it's your responsibility to give them some of what they need. That's my.
I just want to talk about mind control. You know, when people try to influence you through social media and try to tell you what to do, or if you post something that's like positive on Instagram and it gets taken down, you know, that's mind control, and that's the poison that's happening. I feel like when people try to tell me what to do, I feel like they're touching my brain. Imagine you like cut your like skull open and somebody like touch your brain with their hand, how that would hurt you. That's how it hurts me when people try to tell me what to do or try to tell me I'm not talking clear enough. Social media told you that people didn't like me, but everybody loves me. Everybody loves Ye. But if you read social media, it makes you think something different. I am the best living recording artist because the spirits flow through me. The spirit of Fela, the spirit of Marley,
the spirit of Pac. So don't get it gassed up when you hear too much other stuff on the radio. It's all part of a system to control your mind, to control my mind, to make me look like I'm crazy to you. I am not crazy. Unprogram your minds. Let your conscience be free. We free. We free, bro. Just positive energy.
It's scary. They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Jesus is king. God loved me. Einstein says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. It's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like
for 400 years, at a point, it becomes a choice.
Yeah, right now we're choosing to be enslaved. It is very important to have the black vote be in groupthink and to not separate from the thought and be completely in line with the agenda of the left, the Jewish media, and the Chinese. Jewish community, they'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us till we die, and then Stevie Wonder's son got to get a job. And he's telling me, like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust Museum. What I'm doing is I'm Me Tooing the Jewish culture. I'm saying, y'all gotta stand up and admit to what y'all been doing. I could literally say anti-Semitic shit and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. You shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now.
Right,
Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now.
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
I have to fight right now. And the other powerful icons in black music, when they were at the top of the game, they didn't fight at that point. They were too afraid of losing whatever they had.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
You start to feel like Satan is the most powerful. And you start to feel like if you service God, that in life, it means you will not prosper. And the only way to prosper is in service to fame. And it's like the devil stole all the good producers. The devil stole all the good musicians, all the good artists, all the good designers, all the good business people, and said, you got to come over and work for me. And now the trend, the shift is going to change. Jesus has won the victory because it's talking about protecting your kids from the indoctrination of the media, the thousands and thousands of images that are fed to children by the age of 6 or 7. And within those images,
There are images mixed in that we don't know about as parents that are purposely mixed in to lower the kids' superpower and esteem so that they can be more susceptible to consumption and feel that they need to consume and become a part of the robotic numeric system that controls so much of that. Was 4 Jewish members that controlled my voice because of the fact that 90% of black people in entertainment, from sports to music to acting, are in some way tied into Jewish business people, meaning that in some way, just like if Rom is sitting next to Obama or Jared sitting next to Trump, there's a Jewish person right there controlling the country, the Jewish controlling that who gets the best video or not, controlling what the media says about me.
Person, not Jewish. Let me just say one thing.
But they are, though. That's the only thing. It just so happens that they are. It just happens that they are. That doesn't mean that I hate them.
Yes.
That just means that they are. Like a Lil Boozy or Meek Mills or Puff Daddy, anybody, and say, hey, we need you to talk shit about Ye right now. And also, you're not allowed, if you do want to vote for Trump or vote outside of what this arrangement is, then we're going to put you in jail. We're not going to bring you down. We have this on you. You get what I'm saying? If I had ever killed someone, if I wasn't the bitch with the pink polo on, I wouldn't be able to be the vocal man that I am today. You understand what I'm saying? This is the reason why I'm happy that my gangster disciple brothers kept me from the initiations, which made me feel like a pussy my whole life, right? But now I am someone who legally can say this. Other people in my position, they legally cannot speak. They legally cannot speak, or they will go to prison.